Stand by, Alex.
You're live on Facebook.
So, I'm really fortunate and honored actually to talk to you today, because today is a very special day. Today is.
He's really honored to talk to you. So today is a very special day.
It certainly is, isn't it? I mean, it's 30 years that this day we're commemorating. It's a very important day.
Exactly. As you know, today is October 1, marks the 30th anniversary, as you said, of the International Day of Older Persons, a day to celebrate the contributions of older people, but also to reflect on the challenges and opportunities of aging in today's world. And I'm pleased to have the opportunity to talk to you, Captain Tom, an ordinary man making extraordinary contributions. So I would like to use this opportunity actually to ask some questions to you, because there is something similar to me. That's why I wanted to know. Because people call you Captain Tom, not Captain Moore. Why? Why Captain Tom and not why Captain Moore?
Did you hear that? So people call you Captain Tom and not Captain Moore. Why?
Well, because I believe that, and I have in the book, that Captain Tom sounds much better than Captain Moore, because I am Captain Tom. I've always been my life been known as Tom. So now to add Captain to it is a great privilege, and I am very pleased that people will take the trouble to call me Captain Tom, because I find that a great joy, and thanking everyone for it.
Yeah, the reason I asked you that question is, as you know, I'm very close to the UK. Actually, I consider the United Kingdom as my second country, because I did my master's, my PhD, so I spent a lot of time, many years in the UK. And they use surnames rather than given names. So why did you use the given name, Tom?
So he feels like the UK is his second home, having spent so much time here. And he says usually we're a bit more formal. We would use someone's surname. So why didn't we use your surname?
Well, because what we're doing is not a formal thing. We're trying to be helpful to a lot of old people as well as young people. So there's no need for formality when you're doing things like that, and why it is so important that we remain friendly throughout, and that we make sure that the right people are getting assistance that we want to give them.
Yeah, by the way, it's true what you said, because by using given names, actually, you stay close to people. And they also ask me why my name is Tedros, my given name, and people call me Tedros, Dr. Tedros. And it's very similar to you, by the way, Captain T and Dr. T. And they ask me, why are you using your given name, Dr. Tedros? Then I tell them, in Ethiopia, we use actually given names, even as a formal introduction. So that's why. It's not because I changed anything.
I think because that's how I am. I mean, I'm not a formal sort of person, and I want to be friendly to everyone. And if by using Captain Tom makes people feel more comfortable, then that's exactly it. I would like it to be, because I do want to be comfortable with everyone wherever they are. And the old people, in some cases, they do need quite a lot of help and assistance. And I am friendly to all of them. And the fact, if they're likely to call me just call me Tom, then that's okay. It's perfectly all right, as long as it makes them feel a little bit more comfortable in having to talk to me in any way. So whatever people like to call me, it's okay.
Thank you so much indeed. And because of that, by the way, I know globally you don't need any introduction. People know you now. And you
People around the
captured.
world know you. People around the world know who you are. You don't need any introductions. Everybody knows Captain Tom.
Well, that's exactly it. I would like it to be, because that's quite it's quite a good name, and it's quite informal, really, isn't it? And I'm
Yes,
quite happy that everyone should know me by that name. I really am.
exactly. Yeah. And you know the reason why? Because you captured hearts and become an international hero when you raised nearly 40 million pounds through a charity work of the NHS charities. So that's why people now take you to heart and they're really proud of you. At the time, as you know, when you started this movement, you were 99. You didn't know it was a movement actually, but it became a movement, and you walk 25-meter laps of your garden, 10 laps per day, with the help of a walking frame until your 100th birthday. So people really took that to heart. That's how you really were connected with everybody, including myself, and my respect and appreciation for that. But I have one question. Why did you start that walking? Why raise money for the NHS?
Because they were being so good to me. I mean, I've had my problems where you probably know I fell and broke my hip, and I had cancer of the skin. And the people in the National Health Service were so helpful. But during this present difficulty, all those nurses and doctors have given up their time, and they put themselves into mortal danger without complaining. And this applies to everyone in the National Health Service, the doctors, the nurses, and all the backup people, which we mustn't forget. They have all given up their time and put themselves into mortal danger to an unseen enemy. And I think that's one of the reasons why I wanted to give so much to the National Health Service, because they've been so good to me and so good to so many other millions of people that they have given their time and their service.
Thank you so much. And I fully agree with you. You know, I'm a very strong believer of health for all, the NHS model. And the countries that influenced me are Denmark, Sweden, Norway, and the United Kingdom. And I'm very glad that you're a strong believer of NHS. You're a strong believer of health for all. That's the most important thing, by the way, going forward for the world to fight pandemics in a better way. Another question. Would you like to go, Hannah?
I was just going to tell him, so he's a strong believer in health for all. And there are some countries in the world that are similar to us that believe it, but so many countries don't provide health for all. And he's so pleased that you are an advocate for health for all. It's such an incredible thing.
And thank you so much for those remarks, because I believe this to be true. There are so many people throughout this world who are in desperate need of medical assistance, and they're not getting it. But I think if through you, I mean, you're doing such a marvelous service throughout the world, if we can continue to give better service to so many people who are in dire need of some help and they're not getting it. But so we're all looking to the World Health Organization to provide service for everyone, and you are doing such a magnificent job. Thank you very much, Dr. Tedros.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Captain Tom. By the way, your name is now longer because you have longer titles, Sir Captain Tom. And I was so happy to see your picture with, Her Majesty, Queen Elizabeth. It was amazing. It was a very powerful photo, and you well deserved, by the way. So I should actually change from saying Captain Tom to Sir Captain Tom, because that's the reality, and we're proud of you, very proud of you, well deserved, and we're very happy to call you
Very proud
Sir
of you.
Captain Tom.
Thank you very much for those kind remarks. I must say, it was a very proud day for me when I was knighted by the Queen, who is a marvelous person, and really, I think she is known throughout the world as being a very good person with her heart in the right place. And I certainly was greatly honoured when I was knighted by her, because she is such a marvelous person.
I fully agree. She's a very marvelous person. Indeed. I fully agree with you. So I will go to my next question. As you know, you were born just as the Spanish flu was easing. Women started to get the vote. You lived through the Second World War. There was the first moon landing, and the internet was launched. You have witnessed so much change. For you, what have been the biggest changes? What has remained the same in your 100 years of life? What's the major change you think is?
Well, it really is quite amazing when I think what it was like when I was a little boy, and we barely had television. We didn't have television. We had radio, and that got better and better, and we got eventually we got television. And look what we're doing now. We're having so many telecommunication system throughout the world as it gets better and better and better all the time. So much so, it's leaving me a little bit behindhand. If I need some assistance, I need to ask my grandchildren who know all about it. So really I am being left behind, but the world is continuing, and the young people in this world are learning better and better and better about the improvement of telecommunications and so many other things. In our day, we didn't have rockets going to the moon or things like that. We only just really had aeroplanes, and look how things have changed. And this change will continue. Gradually, we're seeing the end of the petrol-driven cars. Now, everything is going to go electric and leaving me behind. But it is improving all the time for everyone, not just me, and it's improving from the youngest to the oldest. So really, the world is doing very well for all of us.
Yeah, thank you so much. I said in my opening, you're a very ordinary person, but you have done, something extraordinary. One thing that makes you ordinary is your experience, especially with illnesses. And I know you got dengue fever when you were in Burma, now Myanmar. Can you tell us more on that? How did you manage to survive? As you know, dengue is a very dangerous disease.
Really, I just survived. I don't think it was. I just had to put up with it at the time. I was virtually on my own in Calcutta without any medical assistance. Just had to get on with it and do the best I can, because that's how we were in the forces. we got on with it, and we did the best we could, and look how well we did in the end. We made a very, very good job of that war, and it was a great benefit to so many people in the end.
Thank you so much, Captain T. So I will, because I'm aligning it with my own name, Dr. T.
He's comparing you to his own name. So he's Dr. T and you're Captain T. So you're the same.
By the way, our birth date is also somehow close. I was born in March, he was born in April. So I'm trying for many things.
So he said he thinks you're very close because he was born in March and you were born in April. So you have lots of similarities.
We're very close, aren't we? And we always will be. And it's been such a great pleasure speaking to you. Thank you very much. Really, it's been a great joy to me.
Thank you. And as you know, Captain T, we're living longer than ever before. Of course, 100-year life is a gift. As you know, also about half of the children born today, at least in high-income countries, will, like you, live until they are 100, but not many may not be lucky. So what are your secrets to a long and healthy life? What do you eat? What do you do? What do you drink? You need to tell us everything.
Do you have lots of paper?
I want to live 100 years, so you tell me and you tell others.
You need to start writing it down. It's a long list.
Yes.
Okay.
People ask me, how do I manage to live for so long? They'll tell you, if I knew and I could sell that product, I'd probably make a lot of money. But I really don't know. I've just been, I've been optimistic throughout my life. I've always been content that tomorrow would be a good day, and I'm sure that is part of the battle. If you look forward to tomorrow and you don't be miserable about it, I'm sure this helps, and I'll continue to do that. And maybe I'll last a little bit longer. You have to wait and see.
Okay. Thank you so much. By the way, I will, one of my wishes is to see you in person and get more of what you will say on this. So look forward to seeing you in person, not just this virtual, very difficult communication.
So he says very soon, as soon as we are able, he's coming to meet you in person. So we don't have to use this very difficult, Zoom calls. He's going to meet you in person and get your positivity right there in person.
I will.
Yes, hugging and shaking.
That will be a great pleasure to meet you in person. You look to be such a delightful person. I will really look forward to meeting you.
Yes, UK is my home, so I will come and visit you. Then I have, as I said earlier, 100-year life is a gift, and in your situation it has been, but not all people maintain the same level of health as you as they age, and that can make life harder. Captain Tom, your wife Pamela had dementia. We know that around the world about 50 million people live with dementia, and nearly 10 million people every year are diagnosed with dementia. How did dementia impact Pamela and your life together? I just wanted to know more about this, and the whole world, by the way, wants to know your story, because as I said, like an ordinary person, you face all the challenges in life, and this is one. Just wanted to know how you really how it impacted you and your life together.
It was
and impacted Pamela.
It was a rather unfortunate time. I mean, gradually the person that you love and that you live with for so long gradually fades away from you, and they gradually get worse and worse. And this really is a tragedy for for both of you. Fortunately, my wife, she didn't realise that how ill she was, which was fortunate, because it would have been, we would all been so distressed if she'd known how ill she was. But it was a very difficult time to see that the person that you married, the person that you had family with, and that they gradually leaving you in mind, and slowly and slowly they went away from you. They were still there in body, but in mind they unfortunately had gone. It really is a tragedy, and I feel so for all the people who are suffering, where their partner or relation is suffering from dementia. It is a terrible condition for people, and I'm afraid there seems to be more and more people who are beginning to have or suffering from dementia in some form or another.
And I would say that it is such a tragedy for families when, in our case, my mother died very, very slowly and tragically when my sister and I were still, young women, the time when we needed her most, as we were growing up. And in fact, we saw such a tragic demise. And as a family, it does rip a hole in the family. There's no question of it. But because of hope, because we truly believe that hope is everything and purpose is everything, we stood shoulder to shoulder, and we continue to get through it together. They're always there, but we exist as a united family in her name in many ways.
United family. That's exactly it, Sana. And that's very important. And maybe a follow-up to that. When you couldn't care for Pamela any longer at home, she moved into a care home. What were the good things about the care home that Pamela lived in? And what were the challenges?
So mother went into a care home. What were the good things about it, and what were the challenges about it?
I think the good thing was that she wasn't really aware that she was in a care home, and when she was being looked after so well. One day she said to me, "If you didn't come and see me every day, I would be very lonely." So she was aware of some things, and I think this is something that happens to so many elderly people who are in care homes. They are very, very lonely, because where Pamela was, there was elderly people, mainly ladies, who were there day after day, and no one ever went to see them, day in, day out, year in, year out, and they must have been extremely lonely. And I think this is something that we must all look forward to help the old elderly people, or even younger people who are in this condition. Then we must give them some help and some hope to continue with their life. So I think this is something we must all do. We must help the lonely and give hope to all those people.
Thank you so much indeed. And as you know, most older people don't want to live in long-term care facilities, and that's why she was saying what she said to you, and they want to stay in their own homes. But increasingly, this means older people, particularly women, are living alone. And Captain Tom, you live with your daughter Hannah, her husband Colin, and your two grandchildren Benji. I saw Benji, by the way, when you launched the book, and Georgia. So how has moving in with your family changed your life? Are there any challenges? Hannah is there, but I think she will be okay if you tell us candidly some of the challenges.
So many people, well, they don't want to go into long-term care, and so it means that so many people are left living alone, and especially women. and so that there's this increased case of loneliness. However, for you, you came to live with me and Colin and the children. So they want to know, what are the benefits and what are some of the challenges? And you're allowed to be honest.
Well, I mean, I'm so fortunate that we left on my own, and that I've come to live with us, with the family for the last 12 years or more. We've all lived here peacefully. We really are a most united family, if ever there was one. We are the best, and we continue to be so. Never in the 12 years have we ever had a wrong word between any of us. I mean, that really is the future for us. We're a very, very happy family, and we're very content.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm really happy that you're happy. Happy family. That's very important. And as you know, that's the foundation of a state, a nation. So very happy to hear that. And then going to the next question I have today, this is a rare opportunity for me, and I'm really proud of having a time with you. So I will ask you more questions. So ironically, as the world becomes ever more interconnected technologically, many people, young and older, suffer from loneliness. Have you had moments in your life when you were lonely, when you feel really lonesome? And what helped you to overcome that?
No, I don't think I've ever really been lonely, because I've always been so optimistic. I've always thought that tomorrow will be a very good day. So, no, I truly don't believe that. I have been very fortunate that I've never really felt lonely. And I still don't. I mean, I've had so many pleasant things in my life. Occasionally, there's a downturn, but you know full well that things will get better. So loneliness is not something I've ever even subscribed to. I mean, when I was living on my own, I had a couple of dogs, and really I believe that would, some people who are lonely, if they had a little animal to talk to, they might feel a little better. Because with the dogs, they never argue with you, they never answer back, and they will always wag their tail at you and tell you what a perfect person you are. So maybe some people should have a little animal, it might help. I'm sure it would.
Okay. Thank you so much indeed. Thank you, Captain Tom. And today I have a colleague, her name is Alana, and she was showing me the launch of your children's book that talks about your life. It's called 100 Steps. And I saw Benji also with you and launching it together. And I saw a lovely recording of you and your grandson Benji reading a few pages from the book. I will, with your permission, I will tweet this letter so more people can see it. But I really loved the book even before reading the whole content. And you said it earlier, by the way, about the other issue. Tomorrow will be a good day. So today, as you know, only 18% of young people in Europe aged 18 to 30 report having friends that age 70 years old and more. What for you are the benefits of relationships across generations? Benji for us was like a friend with you, and you were well connected. So just want you to tell us the benefits of relationships across generations, you and Benji, and of course others, across generations.
Because we're friends. I mean, we're not grandfather and grandson were friends, and he and I can talk naturally together. So that really is, I think, the future, because old people and young people, they may be feeling the difference, but I think that you must remember old people have different views to young people. I mean, that maybe most people believe that their parents are quite old. And I'm sure that Benji thinks his parents are quite old. And it's old and age is a funny thing. It's there. And what happens next? When maybe I'm 100, but really it doesn't mean anything. Right? I don't feel like 100. Maybe parts of me get a little bit weary, but generally speaking, up here, I still feel quite young and quite happy. I feel that I can speak to the youngest people quite happily, and they and I can talk and understand one another. And really, so far, that has shown to be true. So remember, old people, the young people have different views, but they're still delightful people. So I would suggest that old people, don't turn your back on young people. They're all delightful people. Some are maybe a little bit better than others, but generally speaking, they are the future. And they'll say to all those young people too, that the world is your oyster. Get out there and open it.
And I would just say that the massive benefit of intergenerational conversation is beneficial to everybody. The children in our family, the children are different because of their intergenerational contact. We reciprocally mentor without even realize we're doing it. So when something of Georgia's broke, where did she go? She went to Granddad. And when Granddad can't work his iPad, he goes to Georgia. Benji and my father and Georgia all talk about Formula One. They find the things in life that are interesting to everyone, and they learn from each other. The benefits are extraordinary. Don't neglect the young or the old. Find the positivity and the things that you connect with along all sides, because it benefits everybody.
Thank you so much. You really nailed it well. It's for the benefit of all, and they benefit. The grandfather benefits, the grandchild also benefits, and that's exactly it. It's to the advantage of both. And we have to be proud of the wisdom our senior citizens like Captain Tom have. And we have to respect them. We have to learn from them. And that will make our understanding of the world actually complete, because they're like a book. Whether they write a book or not, they have many things that they can tell us in life, things that they have gone through, that they can help us to understand that, so we don't make a mistake, the same mistake. So I fully agree with you, Hannah, and fully agree with Sir Captain Tom. Then maybe on the loneliness, as you know, combating loneliness is in fact one of the areas that you will be supporting through your newly created foundation, the Captain Tom Foundation. Aside from combating loneliness, what other causes will the foundation focus on? I just wanted to hear from you more about the foundation, so people can hear, the other things you do, and give support to this foundation, because this foundation is a product of a very amazing person, an extraordinary person. So we want the world to know about what your ideas are with regard to the foundation and the focuses, other than.
Okay. So my father's asked that I can just explain it, because it's
Okay.
it's integral. That we created the Captain Tom Foundation because we were given this most incredible platform and voice, because we talked to the world and the world talked back to us. And the foundation, the vision for the foundation is for a more hopeful world, because everything that my father stands for is hope. And our mission is to inspire hope where it's needed most. And the causes then, and if you like, the pillars of the foundation, because we are close to these, we feel that we have our place around the table with loneliness, with my mother, who was in a home for so many years, and bereavement. We understand bereavement to the core and the damage it can do, and the damage it can do if we don't support those people who are bereaved. And education and equality, really close to our hearts. And for me, emphatically, to support women and girls around the world to equalize education for everybody. And the fourth pillar is to support our friends overseas, because 163 countries donated to that original fundraising. That means 162 of them were not from this country. We feel that we have connected hands across the world, and we want to do anything we can with this platform to do good and to help wherever we can.
Thank you so much, Hannah. And from WHO side, we would be happy to support you in any way possible. And those listening today, we ask them to work with you, to support you. This is a very blessed mission. Thank you so much again. And then tomorrow, I will quote you. Tomorrow will be a good day is your motto for life. It's also the title of your new autography. By the way, the whole world wants to know that tomorrow will be a good day. This virus, the coronavirus, COVID-19, has taken the whole world hostage. Today is not a good day, and they want to have a good tomorrow. And it fits well with what people want to hear. So while preparing the book, you have looked back on your 100-year life. What advice would that you like to share about living and aging well? What's your advice?
I think that I've always been an optimist throughout the world, throughout my life. And I would ask people to remember that things will get better wherever you are, and let them please believe that tomorrow will be a good day. The future is going to be much brighter. Everything will get better. This virus that we've got will eventually die away, and there will be, as it says in the song, a nice golden day tomorrow, and the birds will sing happily. So that please say to everyone, remember that things will get better, and that tomorrow certainly will be a good day.
Tomorrow will certainly be a good day. I really have confidence in what you're saying, and I join you, and I concur with what you said, Captain Tom. You really have inspired so many people of all ages to follow in your footsteps. You are a symbol of hope and unity. And thank you for that. Much gratitude and much love from WHO. I hope you will continue to work with WHO as we kick off a decade of healthy aging, 10 years of concerted action so that more people can have longer and healthier lives. So look forward to working with you, with Hannah and Benji. Tom, this story started with you walking. Before we close, tell us, are you still pacing the garden?
Yes, I certainly am. I've said that so long as people will continue subscribing to our fund, I will continue walking, and that's absolutely true. I will do that. I will go backwards and forwards for my own pleasure, as well as the benefit of what I've said. You may not understand, but I'm a Yorkshireman, and one thing that Yorkshiremen do, if Yorkshiremen say something and they give their word, that's what they will do, regardless of what happened. A Yorkshireman's word is his bond.
Thank you so much. Now, from what you're telling me, I think I need to come and see you in person to exploit you in a big way to learn from you. Thank you so much indeed. I'm really proud of you. So, as we end the interview, I will also tell you one thing. This is a song, actually. You will never walk alone. And hearing your voice in that song, it was like a shockwave. I can't tell you how it influenced me personally. And I was listening to it again and again. That's why also we say that you're a hope of, you're a man of hope and unity. So I want to end our interview. I think we have taken a lot of your time, but look forward to seeing you in person. But until then, I want to end the interview with that song. You will never walk alone. And very powerful message there. And what you said, you read the whole script, and very powerful. So with your permission, can we end it with that?
Yes,
Our
we're
interview?
delighted.
So we will also sing together then.
So everyone's going to sing.
Right, you're fine.
Everybody likes the song. It's incredible. It's really uplifting and very also in line with what you said about tomorrow, is a good day.
Yes.
And that's it. The two are actually linked. You will never walk alone, and tomorrow is a good day. So let's go to the song then. Thank you for agreeing, and we will end our interview with that. One thing before then was, so proud, by the way, to give you our highest award from WHO. Thank you for accepting. It's in recognition of your work. And we were so proud to give you that award, and look forward to working with you. Through that award, actually, you're our ambassador. And, not only you, your family is our ambassador now. And we will work with you closely, with you and Hannah and others, Benji and others, Georgia. I have a nickname, by the way. My nickname is Giorgio. So,
So we are so connected.
Yes.
exactly.
And thank you so much for the honour that you bestowed on me. I was absolutely thrilled, and I am certainly very, very honoured to receive the gift that you gave me. Thank you very much, Dr. Tedros.
And we,
Thank
on
you.
behalf of the entire family, feel that we are just trying to do the best we can. We're trying to do the right thing, and stepping into ambassadorial roles. If we can touch just one person and make one person's life better, then we do it willingly and gladly.
Exactly. That's what we will do. And that's why I said you're our ambassador now, the whole family, because as Tom said, this is about a family. And I'm really glad to hear that. So thank you so much. So glad, so fortunate from our side to really know you and to see you impacting the whole world, giving a lesson, and for becoming a symbol of hope and unity. The world needs more than ever before hope and unity. Thank you so much. So now to the song.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.